Hello and thank you all for watching. This is Manny Sunny Sun for a weather astrological prediction of energies for the month of August 2015. And we begin with a prediction of what really is the value of our core central heart and what happens when happiness comes from the ability to feel deeply, to simply enjoy and think freely. Quote from Storm Jameson. What do we get attention during this summer? In view of the planetary configurations, it would be appropriate to ask the questions about the way we act. Why such intransience and judgments? Obviously, this will depend on each of us, depending on our personality, our character, and especially our own environment. Some thoughts: why do we support the limitations that life forces us to confront, or why it is difficult to bear than the other? That can be done or better differently from us. During this lunar month, use the mirror effect. We will be sent through our relational entourage. What images will you receive? Images of your real values, or what do you think you have as values? As you have noticed over the month, it is possible to ask this following question: what is the message of this new impetus, and what is the theme that the place will be activated? Astrology is a fabulous tool. It's because every time it allows us to grasp the meaning of what we are experiencing. After cleaning the slag of the past of the energy of Cancer in opposition of Pluto in Capricorn, with Hydra and the Sun in Leo, it leads us to another birth. The passage of Leo allows us to change the skin, thanks to the struggle with our inner lion, armed with our own weapons. This work will be relevant to the entrance of the sign of Virgo, August 23, 2015, with the energy of the Leo. We are in self-love and the need for recognition. In many cases, the natives of Aquarius will fall into this panel. Leo is the axis of Aquarius, 5th and 11th house, under the guise of to do things differently. Aquarius can adopt a critical attitude, invoking to others that are too traditional in that sense. These natives should ask the question: what do I still doubt in regarding to my own values? Here, if yes, what can I do to feel secure? Because it is not degenerating the work of others, as his own work will be recognized. Criticism is always a hidden pride. We are all unique in this cosmic multiplicity. Virgo, the sixth sign related in this astrological series of houses, invokes the end of summer and the harvest, what has been sown during the spring equinox. The sign is also related to the Mercury, its ability to that gives and sort of dissect what's around us. Virgo is in trine with Taurus and Capricorn, all earth signs, and is styling to Scorpio and Cancer, which are water elements. We are in the feminine energies of receptivity. Energy of the Virgo reminds me of the Mother Teresa, often repeated just these words: you have hands to serve and heart to love. The difficulties that mark our way of life offers us the opportunity to access other dimensions and other planes of consciousness. This accession is in the proportion to our own ability to accept what happens to us, in adopting the conciliatory attitude, in intervening with this new well-being of what for you happiness is, happiness compared to your own land. Develop harmonious energies and of helplessness related to Virgo, coupled with the acceptance of unconditional love. Pisces is a way of the state of happiness during this period of time. We're all born with the inheritance of more. We are more than more. We can make it grow. That is why it is necessary to sort out Virgo, which pollutes us in this land, and to live in this state of happiness. Let go of what we believe to be born, that one should be what one should be. Should we not get lost and find themselves? With Virgo, the instincts are held in check, allowing him to step back with emotionally Pisces sign. This mission of Hercules in stepped of the Virgo is related to the capture of Cretan bull. The mission can be read in different ways. Tells us in the hero's way, heroic the man is, that understands that true wealth is not what he possesses, but what he gives. A smile, a glance, a handful of money, of whether it be a bowl of soup or a work of universal scope, no matter what it is, indeed, because a gesture frees itself and enriches the world. Virgo is often too entrenched in their own beliefs that they reassure that sense, which makes him vegetate on the surface of his true personality. It is perhaps for this reason that the Virgo Virgin must reconcile the invisible states, the rational and the irrational, that known and the unknown, matter and spirit, that sort of thing, body, mind, and soul. Why? Well, because we are in the axis of Virgo Pisces, which as a Virgo does not include the Piscean energy. It remains a prey to anguish, dissatisfaction caused by the internal dichotomies. The fear of the Virgo is the visceral fear of losing control of their own life or that of others. Madonna fears as she does not know. She tends to retreat into her own baby labyrinth, driving most of her emotions into the favor of the brain that pushes increasingly to analyze, judge, and critique others. At the collective unconscious here, we are both in the second part of the Piscean age. Joseph Campbell says it very good, in the importance to look deep into the study of the myths to better understand how the collective unconscious affects all of us. The shadow of the Virgo as opposed to the fish is precisely fanaticism inquisitor, which is still highly relevant. The fact is, the waning age of Pisces is now in the dawn of Aquarius. Do not stay in the letter, but in the whole energy of this message. Pisces, the opposite axis of Virgo, is a mutable water sign. Very mutable, it's yin, is active, and is related to Neptune and Jupiter, and it's exalted with Jupiter. And Venus is also an exaltation in this sense. It's also related to the 12th sign. The mystical, the self-reflective service to humanity represents the unconscious and the source of consciousness. So Virgo, the Earth's positive sign, mutability, and the yin sign is related to Mercury, which links us with different sources of communications. Search for the truth. Mercury, and above all, understanding the essential truths of a Virgo. Going back to the history, once the persecution ended with the Christians, it felt the need to retire into monasteries and of course covenants, and to pray, meditate, self-reflect on the idea. During the Pisces Virgo era, the ego is not here to die but to transform. It is our attitude to our quest of affirmation, which then moves into Aries, which should not be to satisfy our personal I amness, but rather to feed the self identity. The symbol of the crucifixion is our identity with the recognition of the Father as a heroic act. Religions are based on dogmas which are themselves modified over the centuries to meet the power of their own leaders. We are far of the initial message of love your neighbor as yourself. During this era, the notion of helpfulness and humility was a gift of Virgo, and the concept of peace, understanding what that of Pisces represents. So let us look at this theme that's happening on August 14th on this new moon. And so I will post the chart above. The new moon, August 14th, 3:53 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So 14 plus 8 plus 2015 in numerology equals 30. 3 is a trinity, is also the Empress Tarot card in the Rider-Waite deck. The Empress cannot play the role and embody life in this world as it is integrated in the solar energy. The stellium in Leo is intercepted by a challenge on it. Let us use Mercury, for example, as being in Virgo in the 6th house, opposition to Neptune in the 12th house, Pisces, to combine our mind, intellect, and intuition, Pisces, a perfect union, a wedding. The new moon will form at 22 degrees Leo in conjunction with Venus retrograde here, related to the Sun and Neptune. The natives here of the third decan of Leo, Jupiter, are somehow a precursor linked to the fraternity of the universe. From the depths of themselves, the natives need to share the happiness they feel. Often what they say and what they do is very creative. The vision is of a prophetic vision. And so, this new Venus moon retrograde that is sequestered in the Venus is sequestered in the 8th house in Leo, and I will post that image above here. And is trying to Uranus in the ascendant in Sagittarius, makes a fire trine, a dynamic and explosive angle, but also an orb of a square Saturn and Scorpio. The map of the sky at the rise of the ascendant is interception with Leo Aquarius axis here, which can also devaluate the Uranus retrograde. Aries at the bottom of the map, it highlights an explosive side of the new moon. What will we have to transform under this period of time? Well, the forecast of global charge over the coming weeks. Saturn went into the direct early August, and it made an exact square over to Jupiter and Venus retrograde in Leo, as if Kronos is inviting us to self-reflect again on our true needs and those related to compensation and consumption. The couple with Saturn-Jupiter here, 20-year cycle, is linked to our social attitudes. It's one of those social outer planets, both of these. So the conjunction took place, say, 2000 in the sign of Taurus. The square took place in the late 2005 to the opposition later with 2010 that was finishing its waning square during summer. So the message is reorientation of our own social values and our mask. Jupiter passes into Virgo August 8th into September 10th, 2016. Jupiter is falling. Its influence will be reduced, highlighting the more of a Virgo control over energy. We are more on the emphasis of the energy of Leo. Jupiter will be in opposition to Neptune. I will post a link on that under the search for more info on the video to mid-September of 2015, and will square off to Saturn in Sagittarius in spring of 2016. The mutable cross is in this spotlight. The black moons are approaching the balance of the axis nodes, Aries Libra, in the last degrees of Aries Libra axis before passing through the axis of Virgo Pisces. Venus the motion following its loop, and into mid-August there will be a conjunction less of a 22 degrees in Leo. The interesting time of this work of the Venus retrograde 40 days and 40 nights, a real journey through the desert. We are probably likely to be affected by this emotional turmoil or friendly. This is a good time to reconnect with our own depths and our own scars of our emotional or functioning, how they are functioning, how we live our own inner feminine, and our looks upon love that completely are being transformed during this current period of time between mid-July and mid-October. Since 21st of December of 2012, this is a mission is related to the central heart with the energies of the fifth sun. Venus downshifts into relational of the five-pointed star. Venus is exalted in Pisces, unconditional love. What have you experienced during the summer of 2007 and summer of 1999? This fire triangle that is happening on this new moon, therefore will boost the action of this forward movement, but keep a cool head. Neptune opposition Mercury may on one hand promote intuition, and on the other hand this aspect can be a support to rejection of injuries, unloved and non-recognition. Pay attention to our own functioning mind and constantly readjust our own behaviors. So they are consistent, and the current situation may reactivate past injuries. Enjoy this month with the North Node in Libra access the 9th house here. Also align the behavior with the cosmic correctness while proportioning yourself with the identity of your deepest desires. This Pluto is twice as square with the vertical axis, a challenge to be made between the failure to imprison your identity on the land or on the land issues, but to rely more on your inner balance. Full moon will be in the axis of the 6th house Virgo, 12th house Pisces, with the sun being there on Virgo house, sixth house, together with Jupiter. The moon will be trining to Neptune in the 12th house and sextiling to Pluto, Capricorn, Chiron. It is conjunct in the ascendant of Pisces here. It is a whole inner healing program that we're witnessing here with 29 plus 8 plus 2015 will equal to 9. The number that indicates the end of a cycle of completion, but also the introspection of going within the Hermit card in the Rider-Waite deck. So the Hermit here indicates the experience of an old man who knows from the past, inspired for the future. It's on the way, and he will be meeting up with the Serpent of Envy. For that, he still has a stick on which to rest and protect him. This is a stick of intuition, inner strength, that sort of thing. These symbols illustrate this time of harvest. We offer during the full moon of Virgo axis Pisces. The chart that we draw here pulls us in the attention of this that can be felt between the infinitely small and the infinitely large. On the side of the Sun, Jupiter Virgo falling here in the 6th house of service suggests more of a reserved attitude, more reasonable, weighing the pros and cons, and so forth on whether it be this or that, having that dual complex here. Neptune is retrograde, and here with the Pisces moon, 6th house provides the connection to the universe. Here with Pluto is a conductor in the opposition here that we have lived in the during this opposition with Pluto's Sun around a very hectic time, very strong and very malefic time, July 7th through July 8th. Like a little wink of synchronicity flying over Pluto by the space shuttle at New Horizons. At the same period, what we got under feedback was to receive distant origins when is this image reaching us? So it seems very important to not stress the notion of balance, to acquire and keep, thanks to the energy of Libra North Node, axis Aries, in order to facilitate the connection between our needs and connect it to more of a higher energy, vibration, and dimensions of reality of our day-to-day activities. Our personal journey takes us to prayer, interiority, meditation, self-reflection, and a wonderful use of an escape, whether it be watching a movie, playing the arts, or that sort of thing. So the opposition of Virgo clearly suggests the need to stay grounded because the incarnating notion of a spirit is happening here and now and not in the world of the stars. Mercury North Node balance supports this aspect of reality. Too many people think that by escaping in these other areas, the problems will resolve itself. The Virgo Pisces axis here notes that the acceptance of humility. Virgo is the sign more into Sagittarius, where it seeks passionate opening and suggests that the energy is there to remind us of the universal laws that governs us, and not the dogma. So, like all the signs, it's this more important question to ask of our origins, our family, the formulating of our of nature. And the native signs of Virgo here especially will receive an open warmth and growth and expansion. With the 6-12 house axis is also related to health, service, and the service to others. And we know that our body is the keeper that brings us goods and nurturance, and unresolved emotions will be projected out and through our body. So many people may have ill beauty or ill health. Today, this full moon is a good time to make an introspection and take care of those needs. So you may ask, what do I need to feel healthy? What are the origins of my own operation? What should I turn and stay in shape? What do I free myself in order to not repeat these karmic patterns of family? So I invite you to all investigate this in your own natal chart for the next new moon and during this next solar eclipse that will be happening on September. And it will be in opposition to Neptune, the heart and emotion that began June 13. And opposition is complementary, but also can be an experience of being pulled apart. And we observe it very nicely since Neptune is in Pisces and will be returning direct. Do not fall into any delusions or stray away from your own path. The first days of September suggest to keep a keen observance of the way you communicate, express ideas, because Mercury will be retrograding on Libra 18th of September, and will make several other aspects in the motion of Mercury and Neptune that may have confusions and may seek the trigger of this full moon. So what have we lived in January through February? Retrograde Mercury in Aquarius, all in air signs. May, June, Mercury retrograde in Gemini, and Venus becomes direct again by September 7th. That is why the reflections or resolutions taken during this new moon of August 14th will play an important role in the next weeks to come. So the fallout of the downgrade of work will only take place in late September, early October, when the post-shadow phase of this Venus retrograde will be eclipsed during the 28th of September, and we'll take that to the next weather report when Venus will have its post-retrograde shadow phase beyond September and early October, where it's more of a level of the what we experienced before it went retrograde. So hope you guys liked it. Astrology is for the food for thought. It's food for the soul. It's integration and reintegration for better energies to allow you to manifest these things in your daily life and day-to-day activities. This can be a grasp of the meaning of the living in this reality more grounded. Giving you more space is the key I would like to suggest. So if you have any more comments, how you can reach your vows during this full moon, I suggest you look on more information down below. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next month for a weather report for August. Thank you all for watching.